Okay, now one of the first things I'm going to show you is, for packing, we've got a lot of different things. These black soft envelopes are for a couple of different pieces that you've got on your booth. Primarily though, it's for our screen. Instead of taking the screen off of your holders here, I'm actually going to keep it connected and put the entire thing into the bag. Partially because it's a bugger to get completely adjusted correctly. The other part is that it's going to make it a lot easier when it comes to packing and unpacking. Go there and there. Again, these bracket pieces are, again, you can keep them together in one piece, or you can separate them like that. So here we've got your holders on either end, okay? We're going to slide that right into your black envelope, padded envelope, and then you keep the brackets completely separate. This envelope has got Velcro on all ends, and you can tighten it up if you want from side to side or from top to bottom. Right now I've got it kind of justified to the bottom, so I can take this piece here, roll it over a little bit, and now we've got a nice tight package for this. This piece is going to go on the bottom of the case, on the travel case, all right? When you're loading, at least, this is where that's going to go primarily, because you want to make sure that it's on a level footing for everything. And it's going to be in a good spot and good position for everything as we move. Now, I've got a couple more of these envelopes that I'm going to use to also store your electronics. So as we put together the package for the projector and for the mouse and keyboard, I'm going to put those in one of those as well. This bag, which looks kind of like a mini ski bag, it's got moss on it. This is for all of the aluminum extrusion pieces. So as we take this apart, you're going to see that everything fits into this bag. This bag goes completely into the case. I'm going to get these two brackets out of the way because I don't want to leave these in the same bag as our screen, because if they get loose, they'd end up scratching, of course. So what I've done is I've actually put together 3 different bags. You're going to have kind of an accessories bag that's going to have a cleaning kit, a couple of extra tools, and then we're going to have a documentation and AV bag that's going to have all of your wires and all that. Then we'll have one more bag that'll have any of the extra brackets or any of the pieces that don't go along with one of the specific parts of the booth, but that you're going to need to have on hand for assembly. And that could include like your outlet strips and stuff like that, stuff that's too big for the AV bag. So I'm going to put those together really quick here. But essentially what you're seeing is how easily this thing comes apart. You know, I'm going to pan over here just a little bit so you can see how that standoff works. This is what we call a standoff, okay? So stands off from the major part of the booth. Pretty simple. Well, all you have to do is lift up on it and it comes off from the side there, okay? Pretty simple. What we're going to do is actually, I'm going to put this down really gently so I can do the markings on here to make sure that you know where this angle, what this angle should look like right here. And then we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, let's get through this part nice and quick. Again, swing arm for our literature stand is going to go right into our case. And we're going to be able to put all of this stuff in here. Might take a little bit of doing a couple of times. You got to get used to how everything fits in, but it will all fit in. Sorry you're only seeing the bottom half here, but that's the part that you need to see as far as getting all this stuff loose. Again, we're just using the T-Allen wrench here to remove the different pieces. This is the base for the swing arms. This This is our standoff, again, for where our video screen was connected. What I like to do is usually assemble and disassemble in a arced fashion like this. It just seems to be a lot easier. But the other part is that most of the bolts that you're going to need to disconnect, connect.
Okay, so it's another day and a charged battery. Sorry about that. What we're going to do now is actually show how the graphics panel comes off, because after that, all of the tubes, as you can see down here, all of those are going to act similar. So I will get in position here and show you how that works.
Okay, so this could be an important spot here where if you would like to bring a step stool with, or have some other sort of way to do it, unless you're tall already, which I am not, this whole entire piece comes off. Like I said before, it's a pillowcase, and there's two zippers, one along this side and another that goes along the bottom. It's actually that simple. You just unzip all the way up. This is the part where say a step stool might come in handy, and then just make sure that you get it off the top of here. And then you just run across the bottom with this portion of it. And this entire frame set, including graphics, only weighs about 22 pounds. So you have a lot of work, or a lot of flexibility to be able to move this around without having any issues. Now, the two legs that are on the back side of the booth, right back here, that support the booth from falling back and forth, are actually going to, there's a hole in the graphics to kind of sneak those through. You have a choice. You can either take the graphics down, all the way down, which I'm going to show you. This is how I would do it. And then just slide those feet through the holes. Or, if you really wanted to, you could take your T-bar and unscrew them as you go. Now, depending on if you have a clean floor or not, which I do, it's actually easier to do it with the T-bar, because what you can essentially do right now is just take the entire unit, which I'm going to move our projector stand over a little bit. Take the entire unit and just, oh, you saw my assistant there. Tip it forward and down. I'm going to use, there's a crossbar in the middle that you'll see is actually the best place to hold on to this, because it holds on to both the vertical and the horizontal parts of the booth. And when you do that, again, garage door opener not included in this kit, but you just slide it forward like that, and then set it down gently, okay? Now I'm going to slide this down a little bit so I can actually get my hands in the middle here, but there you go. And as you walk across, pull this off, slide it down. And again, the only concern that I have is just that you want to make sure that you have a nice clean surface so the graphics don't get messed up or dirty or anything. And then you can see where the stabilizer legs come out on the ends.